the signs of the breaking point. When a human realizes that existence itself is meaningless, that nothing truly exists in this world, and the moment they start to ask the question, why follow religion? Why perform certain rituals? Why stay with the rules? They begin to uncover something very unsettling. So now let's bring in what science has actually found out about this moment, because the research confirms that the philosophers described with a precision that should make you take both more seriously. An existential crisis. An existential crisis is a period during which we experience a deep unease about the meaning of our life, identity, or purpose, accompanied by a persistent doubt that often generates confusion, anxiety, or demotivation. These events can also become a turning point to radically change our life, set new goals, reinvent ourselves, or take a step we always wanted but didn't dare take. Research conducted at the University of Derby confirmed that the existential crises are particularly common in youth, the stage at which human beings are developmentally tasked with finding their place in this world, but they can also occur in adulthood and old age, particularly as people approach death or face major life transition. Existential crisis occurs at the period of transition throughout life. Several critical periods have been identified as the likely to trigger existential crisis. An early teenage crisis is concerned with defining oneself as independent from caretakers. A sophomore crisis, which can occur in the late teens or early 20s, focuses on establishing an identity through their career, relationship, and how one finds meaning. Notice what these crises have in common. They are all moments when the inherited framework, the story someone else gave you about who you are and what you are supposed to do, comes in contrast with the actual reality of your individual existence, and the collision produces the crisis. Loss of a strong sense of meaning is correlated with the losing a strong sense of who we are and the unique contribution we bring to the world. When meaning is lost or violated and searching questions about life are triggered, this can rock an individual's core sense of self and identity. The psychologist Viktor Frankl, who survived the Nazi concentration war camps and spent the rest of his life studying human meaning, made a discovery that science has confirmed repeatedly since his death. The absence of meaning is not just philosophically uncomfortable, it is psychologically dangerous. In his foundational work, Man's Search for Meaning, one of the most widely read psychology books in the world, Frankl documented what he observed in the camps, that the prisoners who survived longest were not necessarily the physically strongest. They were the ones who had something to live for, a purpose, a person waiting for them, a work they needed to complete, a reason, however fragile, however constructed, to endure. And the prisoner who lost their sense of meaning, who stopped being able to find reasons, deteriorated with terrifying speed, not because their circumstances changed, because their relationship to their circumstances changed. The suffering was the same, but without meaning it became unbearable. With meaning it became endurable. Frankl's conclusion, which became the foundation of his therapeutic approach, logotherapy, was the primary human drive is not pleasure, as Freud argued, and not power, as Adler argued. It is meaning. the will to find or create reason for existence. And here is the crucial implication of everything we are discussing. It means if meaning is not found in the inherited framework, if the story you are handed stops making sense, the psychobiological pressure to find a new story is immense. You don't just feel psychologically unsettled, you feel existentially threatened because something in your nervous system understands at a very deep level that meaninglessness is survival threatening. An existential crisis encompasses a large scope of feeling, emotion, and struggle that could potentially affect students' emotional well-being and everyday life. This is why the crisis feels so enormous. It is not disproportionate, it is your it is your entire psyche recognizing that the foundation has shifted and mobilizing everything it has to find a new ground. The question is what you build on that new ground.